Okay, so now you have a server built. Let's go ahead and run our server. Now, the very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to allow this server through your firewall. So go ahead and say allow access. Now, let's say you didn't have that pop-up happen. So we're going to need to allow our server through the firewall, specifically your local machine's firewall. So, well, let's go ahead and open up firewall. And let's go to advanced settings. And then what we need to do is allow our inbound rule, say new rule, and we can either allow the program. So that pop-up that just happened, that added this rule here. Anyway, so let's go ahead and add a port, say UDP 1234. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm using, for this particular server, the KCP transport on port 7777. Let's go ahead and say next, allow the connection, and then what you want to allow it on, obviously everything. I'm going to say allow UDP 7777, finish. Great. And then if you didn't know that this was in here, we can open up the command line and we could say netsh firewall show state, and this will show all of our currently open ports. And here we can see port 7777 is allowed through the firewall. So that's awesome. That's great. Now, one thing that you're going to have a problem with is your local network is going to be able to connect to this machine, but basically anyone from the internet is not going to be able to connect. And so we need to be able to allow people from the internet to connect to our machine, because when you're coming from somewhere else and you're hitting my public IP address, which is 65.103 or .5.6, whatever, it's not going to map to my local IP address, which is 192.168.0.65, for example. It has no idea how to map the public IP address to the private IP address of my machine. So the only way that we can do that is say, hey, when you're hitting my router, it's going to look up my router's rules and it's going to say, hey, is there something for port 7777 in here? If there is, I want you to route it to this machine. So the way that you can do that is make use of a very fantastic resource. If you go to portforward.com, go ahead and find your particular router in here, and it'll tell you how to port forward on that router. It'll give you step-by-step details on exactly what you need to do. Now, some routers also have built-in firewalls, so you're going to need to allow this port through your router's firewall as well. So the very first thing to do is you need to get to your router's user interface, and the way that you can do that is by finding it through your default gateway. So if I go ipconfig, and on a Mac or Linux, it's ifconfig, and then it'll tell you my default gateway. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that default gateway, and I'm going to go ahead and port forward on my router, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have went ahead and port forwarded on my router. So I'm going to use a tool called Nmap, and Nmap is free. Nmap can do a whole slew of things, but one of the nice things that Nmap can do is it can check if a port is open on a particular machine. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to say ncat my local IP address, my private IP address, sorry, the port I want to hit, I want to say verbose and on UDP because it is going through UDP. And here we could say, oh, it's connected. Awesome. Now we can also do the same thing with my public IP address. Let me just verify. Yep. So there I went ahead and connected through my public IP address. So now I know that publicly port 7777 is accessible over the internet. So people should be able to now access my server. Now, if I come over here and I say client and start up my client, here I have my client connected. If I was to put my public IP address in here, it would fail to connect to my server. So let's go ahead and see what happens when I do that. We gotta wait for it to time out. I think it's like 10 seconds. Yep. And we see if we come over here on the server, there's nothing here. Nothing here is on the server. So, why is that not working? Well, the problem is by default, routers will block traffic that is basically coming to itself from its own public IP address. It'll just drop that network traffic. So what we need to do is we need to change our own IP address so that when we hit it, we'll be able to connect to the server. The problem is we won't be able to play the game because our client and our server are running on the same port, and so we're going to get a clash there, but we should at least see a client disconnect happen. So I'm going to use a VPN to change my IP address, and then I am going to come over here and join the server. So here we can see that we see a client disconnect happen, and you're probably going to have to click Control-C in order to see this. Sometimes it won't show up, but we can see that I just successfully connected to my server over the public internet. So now people should be able to access your server just fine. Now, if you want to play on your server as well as people connecting to your own server, simply just connect to your private IP address or via localhost. And here we are. I am now playing on my server, and people should be able to connect to and play on this server with me as well. And the same this concept will be the exact same for anywhere you host, whether this is on a local machine, like here where I'm showing it on my own computer, on a dedicated computer on my network, or a dedicated machine with some hosting provider. The concept will be the same. So hopefully that helps you. Thanks.